Hey guys, it says right now, I just checked recently, and it says I have 27 subscribers. And to my knowledge, I can't for the life of me tell you how that happened. And for the, for the life of me, I can't say how amazing it feels to have that many people to just give a shit about me. Now, I know a lot of people are just like, oh, I found some of the old videos where you're just talking about what type of hentai you like. Like, and to be fair, I totally understand that. Or to that one dedicated guy who really likes, I don't know, just, who really just likes seeing me come on here. And who's really supportive about a lot of the stuff that's on here, even if it isn't, their cup of tea. But for the most part, I can't for the life of me say that I'm unhappy. But there are a few things going on in my life. It's not the best, but it's a little overwhelming. Not to say that it's the worst, but it's definitely something that's a problem for me, and it would be a problem for others. I'm It's hard to talk about this to a lot of other people, but to the few people that do actually give a shit, I'm glad that there's people ready to listen. Because some of us can't afford a therapist, some of us can't afford a psychiatrist, some of us can't talk to family members because they've seen us around for so long and they think, what's wrong with this person? But I just needed to air it out every once in a while. I don't know, maybe once every few years, because this is annoying to think about. Uh, yeah, I'm pretty sure you're all aware of a certain virus that's going around fucking up people's lives. And in America, it is particularly bad. Now, what I'm talking about is some people in my family have caught the disease. My mother is a nurse who currently works a lot, and she has to deal with it every single day. She's not been infected, thank God, but my grandmother had. She had been infected by it. And for 2 weeks, I had been working 40 hours a week in the middle of the night, and I was asleep the entire day, so I had no ability to go visit her, go do anything. It was wake up, eat something, pack, and then go back to work. For 4 days, then I had the 3 days off, and all I wanted to do was visit and ask if she was okay, so I called her as much as I could. And I did, until eventually she got cleared for it. And once she got cleared, I came over there with my mask on, and I wanted to make sure that she was okay. And I've never been more happy to see somebody in my life. I was, when I graduated high school, I originally had thought to do one. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, and I never imagined that I would be doing a boring ass job for long hours, hoping that I would someday do well. So I told myself I was going to the military. and I worked my way into the military. I was in basic training for 2 weeks. I realized how much of a dependency I had on my family, the people around me, and how much I want to be around them, and I fell apart from there. I had a little bit of an episode, and I was ambulanced away to a medical facility where they treat the psychiatrically unwell. And I was sent there and stayed for about 2 weeks. I was then put in a holding place where they were sending me home. And once I got home, I dealt with my father, who is not exactly the most stable mentally, which is understandable. My uncle and aunt, both his brother and his sister, have both died in the past 5 years. My grandfather, his father, had passed away, leaving my grandmother all by herself. And he wanted a good life for his family, and I didn't give that to him because I couldn't do something like that. After a little bit, I came home. I came home and I've been living with my parents ever since. I have I have the job that I work at right now, and every night it goes through my head, what am I going to do with my life? What am I going to do with my life? I don't make a lot of money, and I don't know how to function past what I already do. My vehicle at the time, a very, very low class van that I had been driving around since high school, had broken apart, and I could not stop thinking about how horrible it would be for me to have to take out a loan to owe somebody money that I would never be able to pay back. Until my grandmother, this same person, that my grandmother, my dad's mother, she had decided to give me, she decided to sell the vehicle to me. And I couldn't have been more happy. If I would to owe anybody in my life money, I'm glad it's a family member and not some government, corporation, a bank, something. I'm so glad it doesn't have to be them. And after I took everything out of my savings and gave it to her as the first payment, I have been working my hardest to get as much of it paid off as I can. And every time I bring it up, I feel so elated that the one person I do owe something to in my life, it's somebody who's so understanding and loving. And I don't know how I could live without that person. So every night, I wonder about where my life is going, what I'm going to do, and the hopelessness of it all. And then I think about the one person in my life who cares more about my life than anybody else. Somebody who has watched her husband die, who's watched two of her children die. The last one is an angry drug addict who refuses to admit they have a problem, who is currently my father, who gives all the money she makes from whatever Social Security she can get to pay off the house she owns. So when she leaves this world, she knows that whoever she leaves behind will at least have a house to remember her by. So this isn't a great excuse to say why I'm not making videos or doing anything, but it's the mindset that I've had for a little bit. And then I come on here, this YouTube Studios app that I haven't seen in forever, and I open it up, and I find that there is one person subscribing to me every once in a while. It's climbed up to 27, and I can't help but think that I really hope everybody who's made a choice to decide that I'm worth their time is doing better in their life, is happier, is healthier, is more motivated, has direction in their life, and has people that they can care for. I can't, for the life of me, imagine why you would choose to stick by my side, but you've done it, and I congratulate every minute that you're alive, and I hope that everyone out there is living. Not surviving, not getting by, not paying rent just to go back to sleep, to pay more rent. But I hope you are living. And I really hope you live till you can't anymore. It's weird times where I live. People are talking about, oh, there's going to be a second revolution, a second coming of the Civil War or whatever, but I couldn't care less. If something happens, I hope it happens to everyone. If nothing happens, then I hope we can learn. Something horrible happens and the world burns, I hope it burns in an instant so I can never be without the people in my life. Thank you. If any of you that are subscribed are bots just trying to comment underneath videos, for the life of me, I couldn't say why, but even the little bit of coding that would have stuck around by my side, I thank you. And, yeah. My time working in night shift is going to be ending a little bit soon, in about a week, so I should be able to, spend a little bit more time in the sun, getting vitamin D. Hopefully my brain will start working its way back to not obsessing about the next second. But I will also be able to, have a healthier mindset. I may have more free time, more control over everything, and I don't know when, but I definitely am going to get back. This seems like a bad apology video, doesn't it? If anyone stuck around until the end, you're a good person, and you deserve what your life is going to bring to you. Every bit of good. Not that getting to the end means you're a good person, but it means you're a good listener. Have a nice day, and live. Red sun setting for today. Bye, guys.